All right, I don't know if you guys can see how bad this rainstorm is right now. I just got off work and you don't believe what happened. My shift is over, so I was heading back to the office area so I could check out for the day and head home. And it was pouring rain and lightning was shooting up everywhere. It's flooded over here. Lightning was shooting up everywhere and thunder was hitting, and I was walking right here along the field behind the baseball field. And as I got near to the office, the work office area, lightning hit. Yeah, I think it hit the stadium, somewhere along the stadium, but it was probably about like 50 yards away from me, 20 to 50 yards. You can see lightning hitting like crazy right now. I can't even see. Visibility is like really bad. I think I'm going to turn on the heat to try to clear up visibility here because I can't see. But it literally, I had a trash bag over my head and body. I couldn't really see much other than everything lit up like a flash photo. And I could hear the sparks and stuff flying all around me. I think the lightning literally hit, and they were saying it arced over and spread out like, you know, like little fingers all around me. So that could have been the end of Denoy and the channel. Yeah. It was crazy. It's been raining like clockwork here every day, right at about 2:30 p.m. in Florida, Central Florida here on the East Coast, on Space Coast. And today was no exception, which is making it very hard to work on the tree for obvious reasons. But I thought I ate it, man. Oh, crapola! I don't know if you can see all the water being splashed. I'm literally, I hope the car doesn't soak. I hope the engine doesn't soak, because that'll kill the car completely. It's raining so hard, it's literally like driving through on a boat. There's water everywhere. The road's flooded. I didn't realize it was going to be like that, or I would have stayed. At this point, I want to try to get back onto I-95, which I think will not have water on it like this, like the little, you know, side road here to get to work. Look at that. It's like crazy. I think there's like 4 or 5 inches of water here on this side. And brakes, of course, are soaking wet, so they don't want to work. These are all brand new roads, but I think it's raining so hard, it's having a hard time draining off. Anyhow, this morning, I had to abruptly stop the video because I had an emergency with Lil Blue 2, which suddenly died again. Yeah, the gas oil light came on, and then the car just stopped like it did previously. I tried to start it again, it wouldn't start, but when I reset the computer, it started again. So there is something wrong. I opened up the hood to look, you know, when I was resetting the ECM, PCM computer, and I reset that by just unplugging it and letting it sit for a few minutes. When I opened it up, it looked like the first spark plug slot on the right was smoking. There was liquid coming out. It didn't look like oil though. It looked like maybe gasoline's coming out of it for some reason. So I don't know if that's what it looks like when a cylinder head is cracked. If you guys know, let me know, because I'm trying to figure out what's wrong. I may try to take out that spark plug and take a look and see what, or reset everything. But the car, it seems like it's running fine until that happens. But it did when I opened it up. There was smoke coming from that. You know, when you open it up, it's a 6-cylinder. The far right-hand one on the right-hand side, on the right-hand side when you open up the hood, was where it was wet. I can see there's a flood here. I'm gonna have to go around. I can't go through this flooded water. This is too deep. Shit. I let the other car in front push all the water out of the way. If it's too deep and it gets into your muffler system, your engine can suck in that water, and then your car can get what they call, I forget what they call it. It's like water gets inside your cylinders, and then it gets stuck, and you have to have a mechanic fix it. You can't get that water out. If you try to start the car with the water in there, the piston will hit the water and it won't splash it out. What it'll do is break the piston, because you know, water, when you strike it really fast, it's not soft. It actually behaves like a pavement. It'll push back up against the piston and break your piston. That's what happened to a vehicle that we had that had water in it. You know, when I was living with my girlfriend, her son drove a car, and it ended up getting into wet water like this, you know, where it was raining, and then it sucked up the water inside because it's so flooded. They were actually at the point where the muffler was under the water, and it sucked the water up. Okay, my battery light is coming on, so water has gotten up into the system. It's got the check battery light, which indicates that it's wet under there, which is very dangerous. I hope I don't get electrocuted. I'm going to try to make it on I-95, even though Lil Blue 2 did die this morning. So the plan or the hope is I-95 will be safer than taking the little side roads, and we won't get the flooded water, and that Lil Blue 2 doesn't die on me. Because if she dies out here in this kind of traffic, with the weather this bad, this is very dangerous. We'll keep the camera on so you can see the ride, even though thankfully it looks like the rain has eased off on this spot. I'm going to try to merge on here. And I think what I will do is stay in the slow lane, because the median is right here on the side, shoulder, not the median. I don't want to go to the median because that's really dangerous. That's the fast lane, although these trucks are going a little slow for me. There's a big dump truck in front of me, and I don't really want to be behind him. Stuff can fly out of there and hit me. So I feel like the car will run okay, so maybe I will go ahead and get into the fast lane and kind of zip out of here. There's a shoulder here that I can pull off if I have to, even though it's not the most ideal, because then you're trying to, when you start the car back up, you're trying to merge onto high-speed lane. So at this point, I'm going to try to just make it to the house. Pray that the car doesn't suddenly die on me again. Anyhow, as I was talking about this morning, after reading everybody's comments, I can't believe all the support that the people have for this channel and how many people would miss this channel. So after reading those comments, I've had second thoughts about canceling the channel. Even though really the reason for the cancellation wasn't so much the trolls and the haters. I think they're always going to be there. The reason for canceling just had to do with that the channel has shifted, you know, focus from living in a van to just living or trying to live. Trying to survive a vehicle that doesn't run so well, trying to work a chainsaw to cut down this mega tree that when you have no clue how to do it, you know, just basically me bumbling my way through life, learning new things and failing some right in front of you guys. So I think what we're gonna do, even though, you know, this channel is known as the Living in a Van channel, I think I'm gonna go ahead and let the name go, the Living in a Van channel go, and move the footprints in the sand channel to this one. Originally I was gonna close this channel or do, you know, the footprints channel, but I haven't really had a chance to upload to the footprints channel. And the reason I haven't been uploading content to the footprints channel is because it's not monetized and probably won't be monetized for a while, if ever, because there's not enough views on it. This channel has more than enough views, more than enough hours watch time. It's already monetized. And the content I've been putting up is actually the same ones I would be putting up on the footprints in the sand channel. So after uploading this video here, I'm going to go ahead and begin the process of renaming this channel to Footprints in the Sand. And in the Footprints in the channel, in the Sand channel, the one that's there right now, I'm going to go ahead and close it, or at least hide it or disable it or rename it or something. I do have another channel that I want to put together, this time nothing band related. Well, it may have some band related stuff, but not really. It's going to be much different than this channel you're watching right now, because this second channel is going to be one where I actually try to make a living off YouTube. I don't know how successful it'll be, because a lot of people have tried it, but having, you know, survived with this channel long enough to make it to monetization, to get it, you know, in the top 5 or 10% of the YouTube channels here, I think I have some ideas or some knowledge, some background information on how to successfully create a YouTube channel. This time with one that is going to be general interest. Because I'm going now for views and subscribers versus, you know, just giving out really useful information, I feel that this channel here, the Living in a Van channel, for those of you who tuned in because you saw the useful information, that was the purpose, the initial purpose of this channel. That's why a lot of the build channel, the build videos and those, that was all information, you know, to teach people how to do this in the event they had to live in a van suddenly, you know, like you just find out you're losing your job, you're losing your home or whatever, and you basically have maybe a month or less to prepare yourself to lose a home and possibly be homeless if you can't survive out of your vehicle. So that was the purpose of this channel being built. But since then, you've seen that the channel has evolved to a lot of different things. And I didn't cancel it because it was, you know, pretty much at certain points in the past 2 years, my only source of income. And even now, it still generates some income. It doesn't generate that much. I don't know what's going on with YouTube ads, or if I'm getting low bids on my ads that they're playing on the channel. But it seems like I'm getting more views and stuff, but getting less money from the advertising. So I'm not sure what's happening, but that's not really the reason for the cancellation. The reason for the cancellation was because the channel doesn't fit the name. And as many of you have suggested, I think I will go ahead and rename the channel and keep the content pretty much like you see it right now. So those of you who enjoy watching me work on the tree and try to cook, even though I'm not a very good cook, and do the ASMR and all that, I'll try to do those videos as time permits. Just keep in mind that next month, probably as early as next month, at the end of July or early August, I will most likely, unless something comes up here locally, I will most likely have to move down to the South Florida, the Boca Raton area, which is an expensive area. But I will have to move down there to live with Maurice temporarily and work with him on his project That's assuming he can get, you know, me some other jobs that he has other people having to work for me that are computer related, that I can do enough to cover child support payments. I'm not going to be making much money at all on the job. Just barely enough to cover child support payments and some bills. But I think it's a gamble worth making, because if it's successful, then I can actually have a real career again and not be in the situation that I've been in for the last 8 years, you know, not really quite sure what's going to happen next. Now, the other thing that I'm going to do is to create the new YouTube channel, which is actually, I'll be announcing it as soon as I am, and sharing the channel for those of you who want to watch it. As soon as I get some content built up and I'm sure the channel's going to be launched and everything's cool. The reason I'm not announcing it right now is I want to make sure there's actual content and I'm going to have the time to produce it. Because those videos will not be like the ones on this channel, which are kind of shot spur of the moment. The videos on the new channel are going to have to be researched, and I'll be writing scripts, editing, and doing all the stuff that you see on the more popular channels. And sadly for me, it's not really going to be that innovative or original. It's going to be the same stuff that you see all over YouTube. And the reason for that simply has to do with making money. You know, making videos is something I've found that I do kind of enjoy. Not so much the making video itself, but actually meeting the viewers of the channel and getting to know people, sharing my life with them, and sometimes them sharing their lives with me, seeing the best in people, which is what the Living in a Band channel has done for me over the past 2 years. The new channel, it's going to be a little bit of a disconnect, because it's going to be mainly like you would an entertainment channel. I guess you would say news/entertainment. But it's the same stuff you see all over the place. And I don't know if I'm going to be as successful with it, because the market is saturated. There are a lot of people who have tried to do those kind of channels, but they flopped, you know, they failed. So I'm gonna try it using the little tricks and techniques that I know now for trying to launch a successful YouTube channel, and see what happens, where it goes, because there's a chance that me heading out to South Florida and working with Maurice might flop. You know, I believe in the product we're going to be working on, and I think it can make a difference in the world, and that's why I'm involved with it. I'm involved with it because I like Maurice, and I believe that he has vision, and I think that what we are trying to do can make the world a better place for people. So that is why I'm going to be working on that, and I'll let you know a little bit more about it later as it starts to develop and everything looks like it's a green light, everything's a go. But right now, I'll be down there helping Maurice, mainly with computer stuff. For those of you who know a little bit of background, my background is actually technology and computer software development and network administration. Yeah, you know, it's hard to believe I haven't been able to find work, but that's the reality. I think I mentioned previously, for those people who say, well, it's easy, it may be easier when you're younger. I think once you hit past 50 years old, trying to get a new job becomes a little bit harder. People don't say it, but I think there is some discrimination that goes on with age. Anyone who has lost their job in their 40s and 50s may be able to relate to what I'm talking about. You're more than qualified, but I think they prefer somebody in their 30s, 20s, late 20s, early 30s. Once you hit 40, it gets harder. When you're over 50, I don't even know if it's possible. And then because I don't really qualify for any government assistance for finding work, actually I do qualify for certain things, but I don't want those services. There's certain reasons for that, personal reasons why I won't do those. So I pretty much am not really getting government assistance other than, you know, the VA helping me with medical right now. But other than that, I'm not really getting any government assistance. My family is getting no assistance. We're living day to day, you know, paycheck to paycheck. And it's how we prefer it to be versus relying on government. And that's the reason we're, you know, doing all this. But anyhow, I want to thank you all for tuning in. It looks like Lil Blue is almost back to Walter's place. We made it back to Melbourne. I'm praying that we can just make it, you know, to the house. But this video is going on and I'm rambling. But for those of you who wanted the Living in a Van channel to stay, I too wanted to stay, in the sense that I would miss you guys terribly. You know, I miss reading your comments and you guys kind of telling me or helping me with certain things in my life that I have no clue how to do. Like working the chainsaw, just ideas. Even YouTube, just so you know, like, you know, Charles has done more than help with the van. He's actually been behind some of the suggestions on some of the things that occurred with the channel. How to try to get more views and things like that. And not just Charles, there have been other people who have made suggestions for business ideas, as well as topics to cover and things to do. So I appreciate all that, because, you know, I came into YouTube really knowing, wow, did you see that lightning? That huge flash that went across the sky? That was almost as big as the one that hit near me. Anyhow, I'm grateful for the viewers of this channel and feel you guys are like family. So I want to thank you all for tuning in. Keep tuning in, even though the name will change. If you see a channel that says Footprints in the Sand and you have somehow magically subscribed to it, it's the same channel with the same content, but under a different name. There may still be van-related stuff in it, because obviously I'm preparing Lil Blue 2 for living in, despite the problems that we're having right now, because it's my only vehicle, and it seems to be running okay right now. And when it dies, you know, resetting the computer seems to fix it. But if everything works smoothly with my job down in South Florida, then, you know, all of this becomes another chapter, I guess, in my life, and I get to move forward. Thank you all again. I hope you are having a safe day and staying dry. If you're in Florida, please stay safe, avoid the lightning, and God bless you all. Have a great day, everyone.